15 says, but it shall, Deuteronomy 28:15 says, but it shall come to pass, if you will not listen unto the voice of Yahweh, your mighty one, or your Elohim, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. And before I read these curses, one of the curses was you're going to be kicked up out of the land and scattered among the nation. Yeah. What we know now, for some odd reason, okay, we can't locate the Hebrews. But when you read this, you will be able to. So we know that the curses are active upon them because they did not obey and were scattered out with all these curses upon them.
It's important that we understand that all the curses be upon
not one,
people. Not
all the curses
all
and no blessings. Now the blessings was if you behave,
right? But
we're in the land,
right?
Okay, so all these curses. So you out there in YouTube land, all over the world, you look among your people and you see who fit these curses, and there you will find the children of Israel. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Cursed shall thy be in thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body and the fruit of your land, the increase of your cattle and the flock of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou come out. Cursed shall thou be when thou go in. Yahweh shall send upon you cursings, vexations, and rebuke, and all that you setteth your hand for to do, until you be destroyed, until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby you have forsaken me. Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto you, until he have consumed you off the land, whether you go to possess it. Yahweh shall smite you with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue you until you perish. And thy heaven that is above, that is over your head, shall be brass, and the earth that is under you shall be iron. And Yahweh shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon you, until you be destroyed. Yahweh shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. You shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Thy carcass shall be meat unto all the fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Yahweh will smite you with botch of Egypt, with emerods, and with scab, and with itch whereof cannot be healed. Yahweh will smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You shall grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways. Thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled, robbed evermore, and no man shall save you.
No one.
You shall betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof. Your ox shall be slain before your eye, and you shall not eat thereof. Your donkey shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored unto you. Your sheep shall be given unto your enemies, and you shall have none to rescue them. Here we go. Who is this? Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hand. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou see. Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Yahweh shall bring you and your kings which you set over you unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other Elohims, wood and stone. And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations where Yahweh shall lead you. You shall carry much seed out into the field, but shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them up. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, nor with the oil, for thine olive shall cast his fruit. You shall have sons and daughters, but you shall not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and the fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get above you very high, and you shall come down very low. He shall lend to you, and shall not lend to him, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and shall pursue you, and overtake you, till you be destroyed, because you listen not unto the voice of Yahweh your mighty one, to keep his commandments and his statute which he commanded you. 46, very important verse. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. These curses, right now, whoever these curses are upon, those are the children of Israel, and they are upon them for their disobedience.
Yes.
46 said, and they shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because you would not serve Yahweh your mighty one with joyfulness and with gladness of heart and abundance of all things. Therefore you shall serve thine enemy, which Yahweh shall send against you, in hunger and in thirst and nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he have destroyed you. Yahweh shall bring a nation against you from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue you shall not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until you be destroyed, which also shall not leave you either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy cattle, or flock of thy sheep, until he has destroyed you. He shall besiege you in all your gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein you trust throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege you in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh your mighty one hath given you. And thou shalt eat the fruit of your own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh your Elohim have given you, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress you in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and toward the one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, for which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress you in thy gates. If you will not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that you may fear this honorable and fearful name, Yahweh your Elohim, then Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plague of long continuance and sore sickness and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon you all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto you.